What's going on, y'all? Holy shit here. In this video, we're going to talk about El Duque. Hopefully that pronunciation is correct. Otherwise, I'm going to feel a little shitty. So we're going to go over his stats. We're going to talk about what he does. We're going to try to get his stack as high as we can get it. And let's get this popping. So what does he do? He is part of the gargoyle family. He is at 911 attack, 939 defense, 1693 health points, which is limit broken, highly respectable at very fast mana speed. He's also a monk, 30% chance to resist status negative effects. And his passive. So his passive is different than some of the other gargoyles. So his passive, if he pops off visibility, the next time he receives damage is dropped to 1. So some of the other gargoyles end up having 3 turns before the damage goes back to its original amount. So this is probably maybe due because he's at very, very fast mana. So what does he do? He has the Fist of Atonement, so what that deals 295 damage to target and minor damage to nearby enemies. Let's see, what is minor damage anyway? I think I saw and somebody else calculated that it was like half of the 295. I don't know, I've never actually paid attention, so I'm gonna have to see what minor damage is. So minor is either half or it's definitely less than 295. So and then this stacks with a max of 10 times. So let's see, so that is a negative 8% defense that stacks up to 10 times. So essentially you can get your negative defense on your opponents up to negative 80% defense. That's pretty darn high. I don't know if that's even achievable, because you'd have to, I mean, how long does the match actually last in order to pop off a hero 10 times? I mean, after like 2-3 times you should win the match by then, but I guess it depends on what this setup you're going against. So the cool thing about stacks is they don't disappear, just like Scotty and her stack. So that'll remain, like her negative mana gen, and then the ice damage just will continue to stay. So that stack is, I like that factor. It's cool. The only time that stack disappears is if you're, going in like a war equalizer situation, where at that point everything resets. So sometimes I've made that mistake and ended up thinking, oh, I'm gonna bring a Scotty to take out this minion hero, and then next thing you know, the equalizer balances, and then my stack is gone, and then I didn't really calculate that attack too well. So yeah, you're gonna see in this setup here. Now I was gonna make it quick, but I want you to see like the full demonstration of what like a setup like this can do. So you got Kara already on the scene, and that's exactly what I want to see. I want to see Kara and Hulda kind of like working together. I think that's just a really tough duo right there. Lady of the Lake, if she goes off, you're probably not going to be able to, set up any sort of abilities, because she's just going to be stealing your mana from her minions. So how is this team going to take you out? Either it's just going to survive, or El Duque and Mr. Pangy is just going to slowly wither you away. So I really like what they're doing here. And, just like if you end up starting with a bad board, I think the board that I started with wasn't, the worst, but it wasn't good enough to just get my abilities going, what I needed to get going before Lady of the Lake, started, healing up. So, so what's the synergy here? So, Hulda is just gonna, once she, pops off her minion, she's just gonna end up surviving the entire team just long enough to get Lady of the Lake to heal everybody back up. And then El Duque is going to end up just stacking that defense down on you, just withering you down. And then Mr. Pangy is just going to decimate you with his attack. So yeah, I like this. I like this setup a lot. So let's see. I think. Yeah, I really think that I mean I probably should have brought a like a yellow and dark team just to really kind of offset Holden Carr right away. Or maybe I should have come with somebody that ended up taking out Lady of the Lake easily. So maybe I should have went for that first. But I generally like to use this team. It's just a fun team to use. So I don't typically switch out too often. There's a couple setups I like, and I just kind of stick to those no matter what the color opponents are. So, yeah. So you can see right here, I'm pretty much getting like I'm having a hard time just getting this just rolling, and yeah, there's not a whole lot that I can do here because right now it's just they're just protected, and those anti-minion knives or anti-mana knives are just making it real tough for me to continue on. So yeah, this setup A+, I will end up losing this one. I'll tell you up front, but next one, hopefully we could bring it back a little tougher and show you what I'm trying to demonstrate here. So we want to get that stack. We want to get that stack rolling here. So first, I need to take out. I got to take out some of these surviving characters. So let's slowly start withering away these couple of opponents, and then we're gonna end up trying to get El Duque to pop that stack off as much as possible. So let's see, did I miss anything? Yeah, I probably missed a lot. So what else? Well, what could we have done differently with this setup here? Is there anything better that y'all can see that you would have done differently? Not my setup, but their setup. I kind of like the new character Kalo, Kalen, but yeah, could that gargoyle end up being put in this mix at all? Because I would have liked to seen maybe Kalo, maybe instead. I don't know. Like this, it's tough to beat this setup here. Because if you use Kalo, you want to have somebody that can revive you, like Mother North or Albrecht or something like that. But you need enough attack to really kind of destroy somebody like El Duque and Mr. Pangy. So that taunt hero Kara, it's not always a must-have for a taunt, but it's nice if that plus attack ends up helping out the synergy of the defense down, and then Mr. Pangy's just explosive hit. So, all right. So of course, yeah, I couldn't take out Lady of the Lake, and she just heals like a mother. I'm telling you. This is why you gotta use ninjas sometimes. I don't know if you noticed, but when your ninjas or even the magic heroes, when you're going against somebody who can kind of destroy your mana gen, it's nice to have that charge ability. So let's say you're saving Onyx to charge up for 3 times. Then Lady of the Lake goes off and she takes your mana away, but you still got a charge of 2 hits, which can be enough to take away those her minions. So don't sleep on the ninjas. The ninjas I'm a little not too thrilled with when it comes to them on defense, because I feel like they don't really give me a whole lot of repels, but as far as offensively, I mean, they really just do the job, and I'm sure the magic heroes are the same, because when I'm going against the magic heroes, it's it seems like their ability either goes off once and charges on the second time fairly easily. So, all right, so I know this is kind of long and drawn out, but I really wanted to see what would happen here. So as you can see, by the time you end up, withering away these other heroes, and then just to try to get El Duque to stack, right? It's extremely time consuming. Now, if you had him on offense, it'd probably be something the equivalent, maybe a little bit faster than Scotty, but I'm thinking by the time you end up having his ability go off 3 or 4 times, I mean, you should have won, the match at that point. So the stack at 10, I think it's just one of those things where it just looks like a standard. Oh, there, Lady of the Lake with that fighter class. Sometimes I just, you think you got it, and she's gonna end up healing everybody potentially. But anyway, so that stack is really tough to get. Anything higher than probably 3 or 4 if you're going offensively, unless you're really just trying to let somebody heal up, survive, and whatnot, just like what I'm kind of trying to do here. But him on defense, at very fast mana speed, you would think that his stack would end up being a little bit faster, and this just goes to show you how long it will take to kind of get the stack up. But yeah, you can definitely get there. You can end up getting a stack to 10, but you have to really try. And at that point, who really wants to waste that much time unless you're doing something like I am with a little bit of a demonstration here. So yeah, I like the fact that he hits 3 at very fast. His character is. I like to see more very, very fast mana speed characters, so I'm excited to see that. The passive ability, it's kind of weird how they just ended up, only giving him, one hit at that, 1 damage, and then the other ones are getting up to 3 hits, so it seems like the balance is kind of weird there. I think 1 is reasonable, 2 is reasonable, but 3 times for like Halo with that passive ability that's kind of ridiculous. I think I really like this character. If I had him, I definitely max him out. Would I limit break him? Not quite sure if I would limit break him. Because I typically like to limit break, I don't know why, just to try to get your best defensive setup. This is what I try to limit break. And I know that him at very fast mana speed, he's going to do everything you want offensively. So I don't know if I would essentially limit break him. But definitely I would give him full emblems, and he would get the ascension items to end up getting maxed out there. So offensively, I would say he's probably like a solid AA plus. I mean, he's gonna really help you out. He's gonna, when you can wield him, he is going to do exactly what you want. And if you can keep him alive a couple of rounds, you won that match. Defensively, with this setup, I'll give him a solid A. As far as an A plus, I'm kind of on the fence there. So, he gets a solid A. He could definitely help out the team, the synergy. Absolutely a Class A hero. I'd like to see him paired with those other gargoyles to see if that really helps. And it's tough to say if there's anything better than this setup. I typically like to see the standard setup, but when you're using Kara as a taunt hero, I would have liked to see Hulda as front tank, and then Kara, to one of the flank positions. But that's just me. Obviously, this team repelled me, and kudos to them for that nice setup. So yeah, what do y'all think? El Duque, I still think that's a real shitty name. Apologies for anybody that might have that same name. So I think that's Latin, or Portuguese or Spanish or something like that. But yeah, cool hero. I definitely would like to get a hold of this guy and add him to my arsenal. I've got a couple of heroes that I wouldn't mind swapping out for a very fast speed character like this. Yeah, so tried my best to get it to stack to 10, but no bueno. So I catch y'all in the next one. Hope you like today's content. Later.